This week we are going to be recapping what indefinite pronouns are in English. An indefinite pronoun is a pronoun that does not refer to any specific person, amount, or thing in particular. Here are some examples of indefinite pronouns. They have been sectioned into people, things, or places. Many of them start with some, any, no, or every. I wonder if you could think about which indefinite pronouns would work in the gaps of my sentences. Quite a few of these indefinite pronouns would work in my sentences, but these are the ones that I have chosen. Someone broke into a New York jeweler's last night. The police cannot find the criminal anywhere. If anyone knows anything about this crime, please report it to the New York police. In maths this week, we have been looking at written methods that you can use for multiplication. We've been reminding ourselves how to use the grid method, like we did in Year 4, and we have also begun using a new method called the short expanded method. These slides will help you recap how to use both methods. My question is 325 times 6. In my grid method, I have split 325 into 300, 20 and 5, and then I have number 6 down the bottom. My first step in my grid method is to multiply 6 by 5. This gives me 30, so I fill in that box. In my short expanded method, I am doing the same thing, only in a column layout. So I have 325 at the top, I have 6 at the bottom in my ones column underneath the 5, and my first step is to do 6 multiplied by 5. I put this in brackets on the side of my answer to remind myself what I'm doing, and my answer 30 goes underneath those two numbers in line with them. The next step in both methods is to move on to the tens. In my grid method, I am going to do 6 multiplied by 20. I know 6 times 2 is 12, and I'm multiplying it by 20, so it will be 10 times bigger, which is 120. In my short expanded method, I am doing the same thing. I have put 6 multiplied by 20 in brackets on the side, and my answer sits underneath 30 in the correct columns. I now need to multiply 6 by 300. In my grid method, I complete the answer in the final box, 1,800. In my short expanded method, I put my final answer at the bottom, with 6 multiplied by 300 on the side. Once I have all 3 answers, all I need to do is add those 3 numbers together. This is the same concept in both methods. I am going to add 30, 120 and 1,800. You'll notice in my short expanded method I have just drawn a line and added those numbers together. In my grid method I found it easier to write these numbers out rather than do it in my head, and I decided to put the largest number at the top. My final answer for both methods is 1,950. When you're completing your maths work this week, I'd like you to choose if you're going to use the grid method or the short expanded method. It's your choice.